A stoned government.
Drifting faintly.
Infectious Martians.
Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Oh shit.
God damn it, Marvin.
That was a very good kaboom.
It was a good kaboom. That is the sound of our fist connecting with Mike Tyson's jaw.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Blech.
Oh, fuck. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
We're like a few days late on it, but it doesn't fucking matter because this is the first episode of 2019 for us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm still waking up from New Year's.
That was 6 days ago.
Well, fuck it.
Yeah, I like to sleep a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to episode 53 of the Super Media Brothers podcast. I am Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are back with our For You Reviewing Pleasure series.
Very infectious music.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Today we're going to be talking about the release from Infected Mushroom, Head of NASA, and the two Amish Boys.
Wrap your mind around that for a little while.
Yeah.
But
It's take a trip to space and think about it.
yeah, while on Shrooms.
Yes.
But first, there were two releases of the year from Monstercat, and from what me and Richie have discussed, we're very divided on this kind of in a weird way.
Yeah.
The first was Uncaged's release from Stonebank called The Government.
The government.
Which, if you know Monstercat, every fucking year they release a Stonebank track to start the year off, and it's pretty much tradition at this point.
Hell yeah.
But this song actually to me stands out enough to not be the, oh my god, it's another fucking Stonebank hard dance song. Really.
Yeah.
And it has a nice break away from that and everything else that he does to kind of like, okay, I can get into this, especially with like that kind of hip-hoppy trap like intro into it. The little sound bites with like the government is here to blah 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 blah, whatever, and then the fucking drop is just like bouncy and just crazy and like siren-y with the wee 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 wee.
Yeah, I said because this song, it took me a couple of listens to really get into it, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh. And then I heard it the second time. I was like, it's not terrible. I like it. But I think my favorite part is what you were talking about, that drop where it feels like it goes like the hard style route, but it's just different enough to, it's real, like you said, bouncy. And I enjoy it.
Hard dance.
Hard dance. But the one that I liked from the two releases this week was Drifters by Faint.
Which, I mentioned Faint kind of fits his name because it's very faint whenever he comes across the radar for me. Like, there's not many tracks that he released that I'm like, yeah, I like Faint.
I like this one a lot because it's got a really like pretty melody to it, and then mixed with the beat that goes along with it is really up tempo, and the vocals are really good too. I like it a lot. And it all like worked for me.
It's not a bad D&B track for me. I'm not saying anything negative about it. It's just it doesn't hit me as hard as The Government does.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of Instinct songs out there that I can literally listen to over and over again because they have really good impact. This one wasn't one of them, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a solid track nonetheless, I think. So, sip of tea and coffee. That's what we're sipping on right now.
Mucho mango, and it's not tea, it's juice.
Ringing in the fucking new year right. It's not tea?
I don't drink tea.
Damn it.
Nasty ass shit.
Well, I'm going to drink my fucking coffee.
Drink your brew.
I'm going to drink my brew. And then get into this fucking shit, because holy hell.
Tasting some shrooms.
I'm not going to lie. Kind of wish I had some in this right now.
If you listen to this long enough, you probably would.
Yeah. So, for those of you that have not listened to a For Your Reviewing Pleasure episode, which you can find on our exclusive SoundCloud playlist, we have playlists of all the specialty episodes we do.
Yep.
This is our 5th entry, and generally what we do is we take an album that we really enjoy and we go track by track and kind of break it down, what we do like, what we don't like. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? But all in all, we really just put something on here we enjoy listening to. And we think that you should listen to it as well.
Definitely.
So, now, Infected Mushroom is an Israeli duo. And they've been around for over 2 decades. They're 23rd year this year.
I mean, it kind of goes without saying you should have heard of them by now with something that they've done, but at the same time, if you're not in the heavy EDM scene, you won't know who they are per se. So it's kind of like, I can't really fault you for not listening to them because they're not for everybody. I will give them that much. A lot of their trademarks are length, like just a super extensive length of their songs. Two, their styles are just like thrown in together in every song, so you can have like 3 or 4 genres of songs in one track.
Yeah, because I mean, they typically go the route of psytrance, which is a really psychedelic trance, and then techno, and it's really cool because I remember when Spitfire came out last year, I was like, holy shit, it's a fucking techno song.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard like a techno song in this day, get released on Monstercat in a fucking long time. So that was a really big surprise. And then, you fast forward to the end of the year, and we get a whole fucking album.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think this is like one of the only full-length LPs on Monstercat. Not the only one, but I think they've only released like just a few here and there. Not EP,
they only had like a couple of songs, and they were still a length enough to make an actual album rather than just an EP.
Yeah, because I think the Bliss on Mushrooms is like almost 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the second longest Monstercat track that's been put out.
And it's like 8 seconds away from the record, I think.
Yeah. Stay on the bowl longer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I just fucking said that.
We just know those references.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. I am disappointed.
Nah, it's all good. Nobody's harshing you.
I hope not. But Ire and Emmett, thank you guys for putting out a fucking solid album. I think we can just let's just get into it and
dive into the shrooms.
Dive into the goddamn. And
blissfully.
If you aren't on them, you don't need to be on them hearing this because holy shit, it's
such a trip.
It is a trip. So we're gonna take you track by track. There are 7 songs on this album, and the first one is "Bliss on Mushrooms" featuring Miyavi and Bliss. I love that. I love the horns.
I feel like I'm getting in a flash mob with jazz.
It's like The Mask. For that whole horn section. That.
Mm-hmm.
Here's that earth-shattering kaboom you were talking about wanting to get.
Indeed.
Just umphs of bass.
It's that psytrance.
Yeah. And I love the guitar in the song that Miyavi plays over this.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually. This is like a 10-minute track, like we said, so you're going to get a lot of stuff on this one. I think this... Yep. But yeah, that's good stuff, man. And I think, was this not the first... Like, it technically was their first lead single because the 5th track on here was released for the Rocket League soundtrack.
Yeah, and they actually incorporated it in the album, later on to our knowledge.
Yeah, so...
But this one brought forth the idea that, there's an album coming with this, so...
And the artwork was really nice, too.
Just a lot of psychedelic, like, purples and pinks and, blues and shit, but it's, like, trippy, acid, like, weird shit going on in the background. Like, I think Miyavi's character is, like, sitting on a shroom with a guitar and had the eyes poking, like, alien eyes and shit. One of the spacemen in the background is being carried away by tentacles and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Was it Squidward?
Must have been.
Squidward, Squidward.
Squash it.
Squish it.
Squish
Squid shit. Squid shit.
Yeah.
Definitely not this though. This is better than that.
Yeah.
No, I like this track a lot though. It's bouncy, it's fun, it changes it up. You know, within 10 minutes of a song, it changes up many different ways. But that pounding bass is just there.
The very beginning is like very jazzy flash mob because you feel like you're in the Greasers or something. Going down the street, snapping your fingers to like we're going to get you kind of feeling to
I'm
it.
gonna comb my fucking non-existent hair back, and I'm gonna get you.
Slick.
I just need the turtle wax instead of a whole fucking slick. Just polish up the dome.
Some promenade. But no, it's like it goes to that, then it has the side trance feel with the guitar and everything like that, and then it just stops with this like sudden like halt and beat with this vocaling of some girl saying they're here. Aliens, extraterrestrials, whatever you call them.
Just picture the ancient aliens guy.
Aliens.
That could have been a really good promotional for this. It's like infected mushroom.
Like History Channel.
History. Psytrance. I'm not saying it was Psytrance, but Psytrance. Fuck yeah.
But then it breaks up, gets the speed going again. Then it has basically their third drop at this point. Like, there's so many of them in this. And then my favorite part is literally the last 2 minutes. It's just the hardest hitting, darkest, industrial sounding part of the song. And it's just, heavy guitars, heavy bass, just the wonkiness of the sound bites. It's so cool.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's what I like a lot about them is they have a lot of different influences, and they all mix really well together. Mm-hmm. Moving onward to the second track. Now, this one, literally, the title, because guitars, and honestly, like, they couldn't come up with a better name, really. Because it is literally a massive guitar. It's at 145 BPM. God damn it. Guitar mass. Fucking love it.
Groovy.
Right? No, I love it. It's just that dirty ass guitar sound. It's very much like a signature sound from them, but that fuck, I love it.
Yeah.
This is one of those songs you can just listen to. Actually, the whole album is, but this song in particular, you can just kind of get lost in it. And especially that track right there, because it goes and goes and goes, and you just the flow of it is really great.
Not to mention the artwork is really cool, because it's literally the guitar at like a 3/4 angle with a big ass eyeball sticking through it, and it's so cool.
It's so cool. I love this track.
So cool. Yeah.
I definitely like this track a lot, and it's hard to pick a favorite on this one, but we have a few of them. So, but I mean, the whole album itself is fucking awesome.
But yeah, they released Guitar Mass not long after Bliss on Mushrooms to kind of keep the hype train going with the album.
Hell yeah. And it was a good single. It's like the whole album could have been dropped as a single, but like they picked two really good ones to kind of showcase the different,
technically three.
Yeah. And I think this one right here was when I know for a fact that when we got this album, when we listened to it, we were both like, "Oh yeah, this one's really fucking good."
This is Infected Mushroom.
And it's sort of the title track to this one called Head of NASA. The industrial influence on this one is very fucking apparent.
With that bass trance house.
Dat bass.
Yeah.
This, I've said this a million times over. This could have easily been on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. But that's the kind of...
It feels like a 90s like action movie, like kind of like Blade.
Yeah, like the opening in the club.
Yeah, like club scenes and shit.
That's pretty much where my mind went. It was this real grungy, like filthy, dark, black and red lit room
Like every time you hear that dun dun, he had a shotgun's blast. Dun dun.
Oh man, I feel dumb not knowing this or being ignorant to it if they have done it before, but they would do excellent soundtrack work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure they probably have had some of their songs featured somewhere. I'm sure overseas, maybe, but
They probably have been requested too. Like, hey, you guys need to do this.
that would be awesome. I would love it, because especially, God, something like it would have worked in. It probably would have worked in Spawn, believe it or not.
Yeah. What about the new Spawn coming out?
It could work, maybe if they want to go that route. It could work, but who knows, really?
They could do some good work in that video games too.
No, dude, fuck that. Put this in the Mortal Kombat movie that's coming up.
Yeah.
Put it in the one that they're going to be working on.
Yeah.
If that ever fucking comes to fruition, because development hell and stuff, but
As typical with any film.
pretty much. No, but this one would lend itself very well to that style of movie and just that feel, like we've said, 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking Christ, 90s.
Industrial Underground.
Now, the fourth track, was it Shinshin Barvaz?
Shinshin Barvaz?
Yeah. So, interesting, I was reading about this. Barvaz means duck in Hebrew. And they were talking about how at the end of the track, the main lead sounds like a duck. And that's where it fucking came from. Yeah. I don't know. I like this one. It's really simple. It's got it's a simple killer ass bass line that starts the whole thing off. It kind of keeps almost the same feel throughout with some minor switch ups here and there.
Yeah.
So, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Get your duck on.
That's another thing I liked about this one, the drumming in it.
Like, he made it a point to hit that drum break.
Yeah.
And I love this part.
Right? That's another thing I was going to say. Sometimes they tour as a full band. So that's a difference. It's like, where'd it go? Oh, hi. Like you go from that really drum heavy intro part to this thumping bass line. Real laid back. But like this song it's like that the whole way through. That beat never really it stops obviously right there, but it never like goes away.
The beat drops and never stops.
That's right. But they do so much stuff with it. I think it's a testament to how versatile they are. With
Well, I mean,
styles.
if you hadn't heard the first track, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That right there is enough to tell you like how unique their music is as a whole. Not just they can do any genre; they can put every genre in one song. So
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like if this is your first introduction to Infected Mushroom, like it's a good start. But I mean, if you want to know like what they really do, if you go back and listen to their older albums, like I'm the Supervisor, like from 2004, that's a really good introduction to them. But if you're brand new to it, definitely check their Monstercat releases out with this album included.
yeah, Spitfire for sure, because that's a good introduction.
Yeah, that Spitfire was kind of everything they are capable of and more.
Mm-hmm.
This one just kind of expands upon all that shit.
Pretty much.
I love this track though; it's really good. And of course, the aforementioned quasi lead single, "Walking on the Moon," and this one was put out for the Rocket League, Volume 4?
I think so.
And holy shit, I love this song.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at first you weren't a big fan of the vocals. Is that still the case, or did it kind of grow on you a little bit?
It's kind of used to it, I guess.
Yeah, because I think there's only...
I like the vocal choppings and stuff, but the actual vocals themselves kind of throw me away from the song a little bit.
And I think that's where we differ. I love them. I think because it's different, and
Which I'm very differential on another song on this album with that same reasoning.
absolutely.
But, yeah, but this one, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't feel this song because of the vocals as much as I would like to.
Yeah. But I think musically it stands out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's just different enough from the other stuff on here. You know, because it still falls into what they do, but it's just different enough. And I think it's because they don't really, like, they don't really switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like it's very like Brazilian bass, like rooted, but it's a very like solid structure of a song.
Yeah.
So here we go. Walking on the Moon.
Your happy place. Will change your groove. When you're dancing on the moon, dancing on the moon. When we dance again, all our trouble seems to fade away. This is how I feel.
I think like one of my favorite parts about that vocal is later on they do like harmonies on that part. I think right here actually. Yeah, I was in choir. I'm a sucker for vocal harmonization and things like that. But I like this song a lot. It was actually my favorite until I heard the rest of the shit. So if that says anything, it's like, oh, it's really good. But then there's more.
I thought it was funny when they released this track. It was the same time with like Conroe had September's cover, and it was a dance floor. It was the weekly recap basically, and the artwork was Monstercat and a mushroom in a disco outfit dancing on a floor to disco.
This is what it's like to listen.
Yeah,
You turn into a cat,
that dances with a mushroom.
dances with a sentient mushroom.
But yeah, I remember that artwork so much just because of the fact that it's all disco based.
In Mother Russia, you do not eat mushroom. The mushroom eats you.
You do not disco you.
That's right. You will.
You do not disco.
Oh shit! I say Mother Russia. We really mean Israel, but
Yeah,
for the sake of funny,
the homeland.
for the sake of the joke, Mother Russia.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
we're all over the place.
It's like, I wonder if this is Mario's shit. I wonder if this is Mario and Luigi's jam. This duo.
Probably. They're secretly Mario and Luigi.
That, holy shit! What if? I'm saying that right now. What if E-Ray and Amit are Mario and Luigi? But this is what they do when they're not in the well. Fuck! They are always in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, because they're always infected.
Shit. Well, I guess I'll throw that fucking theory out the window. 100% confirmed.
Tiny mushrooms, poison mushrooms, super mushrooms.
Extra
You name it.
lives.
Yeah. Walnut mushrooms, you name it.
They definitely have to be consuming those green mushrooms because I got to tell you, for being 20-something years into their career, they don't look like they're not old by any means, but like to look and be like, wow, one of them was born in the late 70s, another one in 1980. They do not look their age. They fucking are ageless, and it's cool as shit.
It's the shrooms.
It's the Shrooms. We're telling you right now. It's the Shrooms.
Don't do shrooms, kids.
No, don't. So moving on to track 6.
Here we go.
That's right. Here we go onward to track 6. This, fuck yeah. That's all I got to say about it. Fuck yeah. Because this is absolutely one of my favorites on this one. And it was until like the last track. But here it is. Here we go. It's almost a little Daft Punky kind of feel right there with the little...
The build-up.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all of it.
End of the song.
That's it. That's the whole song right there.
Oh, wait. There's more.
Oh, shit. That is not a voice modulator. That is him burping the lyrics after eating the mushrooms. No, we're just kidding. This is a really fun track. More of that industrial feel on the very back of it. Just damn it, Spidey! I have a Spider-Man bobblehead on this thing, and he's just shaking his head.
Like, no.
Yes, quit shaking your head. This is a bomb ass track.
I don't know. Like with this and Walking on the Moon, I think these two are the lower end for me. Here we go just seems too simple compared to the rest of their stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not too much of a fan of it as much as I am with like a couple of the other songs. However, it's not a bad song.
No, it's not terrible at all, and I love the fuck out of it. And I think just because the subtleties that I hear in it, like, is just what it is.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
it like not in a bad way, but and to me, it is in a bad way. It's like it's another Infected Mushroom song.
Oh yeah,
If you think about it, because you can definitely tell it's their style, but at the same time, it's like, well, they've done this before, kind of, in a way, so I figured they'd do a little bit more with it. But like I said, not a bad track overall, just not one of my favorites.
yeah. And I would have to say my absolute favorite on this was Head of NASA. Like, really, really was that one, and I really loved Here We Go, Go, Go. But I think you and I both agree that Lost in Space is just absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Oh, I'm turned on by that song.
And-
It's such a great song.
And it's different. It is literally probably the best representation of their diversity and openness for experimenting within the confines of their sound. Because it is very much a hip-hop track that features Israeli rapper Tuna and Israeli girl band Awa. And it's done in 3 different languages. English, Hebrew, and Arabic. Like, holy fuck. I don't think we can even do it justice.
No, because you have to listen to it.
Yeah.
מאופן, מיידי, אם בכלל. לפעמים זה לא קל, אל תרגיש כה אומלל. בוא איתי, כי חבל.
If you could just see the dancing that's happening right now. I mean, about as good as we can dance is sitting at this desk. I would love a cup of tuna.
No, I'm
And a
good.
Diet Coke.
No.
I'm joking.
I can skip the tuna.
No, I would like to have a tuna sushi roll right now. Spicy tuna.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Num num.
But, like I was talking about earlier, the vocals for me on this song did not like deter me from this song at all. Like I'm all about vocals when it comes to songs, like first and foremost. The Hebrew rapping part just really for me somehow fits. And it's subtle enough to where it's not too like in your face, like make me listen to this hibach, kind of stuff going on in the background. I can get like a faint hear of it to where I can like, okay, I can pick up the subtleties, and then the little like chime-ins with AWA, that was really cool. And then the overall like vibe of it, it's not heavy Infected Mushroom sound, but I can definitely tell it's their influence. So that's why they get more of a nudge for me with that, because it's different, it's unique in so many different aspects. And like compared to Walking on the Moon, it's just the vocals deter it so much from being good to me because they just don't fit. And I think they were too out there for me. Versus this one, like I said, it's subtle enough, but it kind of blends with everything, like the way the melody and the mood fits with the song,
Yeah, and I think with Walking on the Moon, I don't know if it was planned out this way, but if not, it was a good plan to have that be out there, because it is, I think, out of every one of these songs, it's their most radio-friendly track. And it is something that's going to draw in new fans,
right.
To them through the video game Rocket League.
Which I get that part.
But this track right here is absolutely more so than Walking on the Moon, the actual standout track on it, and it's such a fitting end to the album. It's
you just get lost in it by being lost in space.
Yeah, I mean, ostensibly, it is a concept album about a journey to space and back, really.
But I'd rather be staying in space and listen to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I say to space and back, but they're lost in space, but holy shit, man. Yeah, let's fucking stay lost up there with it.
But maybe they're not in space, they're on shrooms the whole time and they think they're in space.
Aha, exactly.
So they're just in their mind lost in the galaxies.
Yeah. But that's Head of NASA and the two Amish Boys. I think it's absolutely agreed where we stand as far as the favorite track on this one.
Lost in space.
Absolutely. And honestly, I do agree with Here We Go and Walking on the Moon being the lower scale, because there, like you said, there are so much other things going on with Bliss on Mushrooms and Guitar Mass and Chin Chin Barvaz. I mean,
Head of NASA is even out there enough to where it's unique. Because I would do, if I had to rate them, I was
actually gonna say, do you want to rank them from?
Yeah, like Lost in Space, definitely number 1 for me. Head of NASA, probably number 2, just barely over Bliss.
I was gonna say the same fucking thing. That is like pretty much I would say that's a tie for the second.
Yeah, because like they're so good on their own levels, but I think for me, Head of NASA just has more like uniqueness in a weird way. I mean, even though I like how diverse Bliss is just, I don't know. I'm more drawn to Head of NASA.
And would you say the same for Guitar Mass and Chin Chin, or would you?
Well, Guitar Mass I think is a little bit higher than Chin Chin.
Yeah, because of what it is.
Yeah, because it just has that dirty guitar, and I love that dirty guitar in there.
Yeah, and then obviously Chin Chin, and then I would assume Here We Go, and then Walking.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Walking's too radio friendly, and I think that's why another reason I don't like it.
Well, and that's not even saying that we don't like it, but we like this album, we like the songs. It just doesn't rank as high, I would guess. You know,
I think I mentioned this before in one episode. There's two sides of my rating system. Basically, there's what I like and what I pull in, and then this is what I can judge based on outside looking in.
Yeah,
people who listen to the music go, okay, what about this would draw me in more? Yes, on that aspect, Walking on the Moon definitely would pull more people in. I get that,
of course.
But especially the same thing with Lost in Space. It has vocals. It has something to draw people in rather than just beats and music. I understand that.
And then there's people like us that really have been listening to shit like this for God knows how long.
Goddamn long time. So it's like my mind picks apart music so damn much. It's like I can't go off of, if everybody likes it, I should like. No, I'm not going to like a song just because it's radio friendly or it has these kind of vocals. No. I'm going to sit there and say what keeps my interest the most and in what categories. And there are so many categories that it appeals to me with, I'm going to draw my attention to that song. Just like Lost in Space, just like Head of NASA, and Bliss. Those 3 songs alone just keep my attention. I can repeat those 3 songs, me personally, over and over and over again, and I would not get bored. But on the flip side, if I pull people off the streets and say, hey, listen to the 3 songs, they're going to be like, what the fuck am I listening to? This sounds like noise.
Yeah.
I have to think about it. It's like, well, I can't just recommend music to people who don't understand my mentality. Yeah. That's why you have to, lower yourself down to, a level that everybody can understand.
Bring it down a notch, goddammit. And where I differ from a lot of people, and I know there's some musicians that listen to this podcast, and I think you all will relate to me whenever I say this. I am fucking cursed because I play music and I play instruments. I am fucked from being able to absolutely enjoy. I enjoy songs for what they are, but I am totally fucked when it comes to listening to a song as it's presented all together, because my brain will almost automatically just go to 1 or 2 distinct things that are being played, and I will pick up on those, and that's what I'm paying attention to. It's very rare that I can just sit back and listen to
enjoy the song,
listen to the collection of instruments rather than 1 or 2 of them at a time, because being able to pick them out of the crowd, so to speak, is a blessing and a curse. If I want to play something, hey, I can maybe play it by ear. I don't always want to hear it that way, though, and it sucks.
Yeah, because you start missing out on the other nuances that are playing with the song. You're like, oh, well, I forgot about that one part that happens here when I'm too busy listening to the drum solo here or the drum break here, you know?
And I've been trying to be more conscious of that and try to, pull myself away from that and step outside and actually just close my eyes and just let the music move me, which it always does move me. But I think, musician speaking, that is a fucking curse. But all in all, this collection is really good.
Yep.
If you're gonna put 6 or 7 songs on an album with this style of music, this is definitely a good start. Like we said before, if you want to be introduced to them, definitely check this out and their other Monstercat releases as well, and then go back and listen to their discography from 20 years, because that's a lot of music.
You're gonna probably be there for like a day or two.
Yeah,
The
because
songs are so damn long. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, they have tracks that are like 9-10 minutes long at least.
yeah.
So be prepared for like a long playlist.
Yeah, you could definitely listen. You could probably fill up like an old school, those old school iPods where they had only like 4 or 8 gigs of music on there. You could probably put Infected Mushroom's entire discography on that son
And
of a
fill
bitch.
it up.
Yeah. So, yeah, that I definitely enjoy this album. You guys should fucking pick it up and listen to it. We'll
Get infected.
That's right. We'll put some show notes. We'll put shit in the show notes below so you can scroll up and click and go buy it and listen to it, or however you get your music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I would like to announce a fucking giveaway that we're going to be doing.
Dun dun.
We've already kind of posted this shit on Twitter, but we're telling you in case you don't really stay active on Twitter, in which case this is really bad for you because it's a Twitter giveaway. In honor of it's almost been a year since we've started in with a lot of this. Actually, it's been a couple of years since we reviewed the first Samurai Cop film. Almost a year. I think it'll be in May since we've reviewed the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've interviewed Matthew Caritas, the star of those films. So we are actually going to be giving away a DVD Blu-ray combo of Samurai Cop 2 Deadly Vengeance. How are you going to get it? Is go follow us on Twitter at supermedia_bros. And we're trying to get our Twitter followers up, to 300, 500-esque. But the more people that put in the, you're gonna get it one. You're gonna get one copy of this Blu-ray. But that's the catch. Is it's going to be one person because they're going to be randomly selected
Amongst all of the people.
all the fucking people.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be the only giveaway we're doing.
Mm-mm.
No, we're actually going to be doing like here and there. We're going to be giving away films courtesy of Cinema Epic. So we'll be doing more giveaways and things like that. Also, we will probably have a solid announcement next week or the week after that concerning new merchandise. We're just going to leave it at that.
Be prepared.
Fuck yeah.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Iron Man. I think we've said this before.
I am Iron Man.
He needs to be Iron Man with that big-ass fucking scar on his face.
True.
Well, I mean, the Lion does, not Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons was a very, very good Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any fucking way. You start fucking rambling too long. Do you
He made all the gadgets for Batman, so I mean, technically he is Iron Man.
Fuck.
If you think about it.
Well then. Why wasn't he Robin?
I don't know. Too old.
Batman's too old. Well,
Batman wasn't that old.
That's true. That's true.
Jeremy Irons is like Commissioner Jim Gordon with, what's his name? I can't think of it.
What?
Gary Oldman.
Ah, yeah.
I couldn't think of his name. Fuck.
Sirius Black Gordon.
Yeah. Sirius Gordon.
Sirius Gordon. Yes.
Where's Barbara? Sirius Gordon.
Are you serious, Gordon?
Yeah.
Why so serious, Gordon?
We're being so black about it.
That's right. The black magic and the dark arts and the Azkabans and all the things.
Azkabangs.
Fuck, we are going to ramble forever.
That's what we do best.
Yeah, but it's okay. So the Twitter account at supermedia_bros. Go follow us. There's going to be a link in the show notes you can click, and it goes right to us, and you can just click that follow button, and we will follow you back too. So, yeah.
Yeah, we don't do the whole, if you follow me, I follow you back, and then not follow you afterwards.
Yeah, because that's just douchey.
Yeah. Stupid social media.
Stupid social media. But, however, if you think that part of social media is stupid and you want to follow us elsewhere, you can follow us on Facebook at Supermedia Bros on Facebook. Or you can come look at our fucking stupid-ass pictures on Instagram at Supermedia Bros Podcast.
Because we're not stupid. Our pictures are.
That's right. Very stupid. Like, there's been a lot of randomness on that motherfucker
Yeah.
lately.
Especially with Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I want to say I posted the Taco Bell one whenever I was like, when the Taco Bell kicks in, and it's just Little Mac, like, shitting himself and flying off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got that look like, fuck, that was too much hot sauce.
That's everybody's look.
The too much hot sauce look.
No, the Taco Bell, I ate it.
Rocket. That's the real Rocket League right there.
Rocket Man.
Oh, let's get the fuck out of here, because what we're about to do is we are going to, right fucking now, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch the 2 films for next week's show.
Yes.
God damn it. Look, if you like our Cult Cinema Showdown series, this next episode coming up is going to be one for the goddamn record books. That's just...
We have multiple reasons for this, so...
Yeah, I mean, you've heard us talk about surviving edge weapons so many times before, I'm sure, in passing, but this is the first time we're actually going to feature it on the show. And we were sitting here trying to figure out, well, what the fuck are we going to put this up against?
And then we found Frank Savage.
Frank or Derek?
Was it Derek?
I think it's Derek Savage.
Derek Savage. Okay, I don't know why I kept calling him Frank. I guess he looks like a Frank to me.
He's Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
Wait, well, actually, Filthy Frank is better than him. But you know what's fucked up? I've read that people call him Daddy Derek, and that is just the most disgusting ass shit ever.
His son is Cool Cat.
Oh, no. But yeah, we're going to be putting the Derek Savage... I don't know why they call it a documentary. It's really an instructional video, and it's so bad.
It's a mockumentary.
It should be. It's gun self-defense for women.
And men, too.
It's like, I pictured... Yeah, and men, too. I pictured Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force being like... Yeah, it's gun self-defense for women. And for men, too. So,
if you're into that sort of thing.
God, and you actually go on our Instagram, you can see a clip from the trailer for this on our Instagram. So fucking go do that shit. These movies are both so unintentionally funny, but we're going to get into more of the shenanigans next week.
Right.
God damn. So be sure to tune in for that. And that's all I've got to say for today.
Cup of tuna.
Cup of tuna.
It just fell onto the drum.
The cup of tuna just bounced from the drums onto the... Yeah. That was episode 53, Walking on Shrooms in Space. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
I've been Okame.
Shrooms on.
We're off.